Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose streets?
Our streets. Out, out, out.
Vance, Vance, Vance.
Out, out, out.
Oh, did they ruin your vacation, J.D. Vance? Protesters in Cotswold, England right there. J.D. Vance has moved his vacation to England right now, and protesters are showing up right there. You see that. Also, they've made J.D. Vance cookies or brownies where they, well, I'll just show you what they do here. Play this clip.
Fascist creeks.
Off our streets.
Fascist creeks.
Off our streets.
And giving away.
Now, folks, that's what's going on in England. At the same time, here in the United States, we're starting to see the National Guard get deployed in Washington, D.C. You see some of the tanks lining up and heading to Washington, D.C. More photos of the tanks right here, right by the Washington Monument right there. And again, we've seen this in Los Angeles. Donald Trump play out his dictator fantasies while screwing over our troops, who are often unprepared, bored, hate being there, have low morale, that they are being turned against American citizens. It should be noted that Washington, D.C. has basically an all-time or 30-year low in crime there. Far more crime committed in red states and red cities, but Donald Trump is going after cities that are run by black mayors. Let's just call it what it is. Donald Trump is racist, and Donald Trump is attacking cities that have black mayors. Going over here, Carl Quintanilla writes, a U.S. National Guard member carries bags at the D.C. Armory after U.S. President Donald Trump's announcement to deploy the National Guard and federalize the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C. That's a quote from Reuters right there. And we'll ultimately see what's going to happen in Washington, D.C. as Donald Trump plays out his fascist fantasies. Now, it should be noted as well, though, that Donald Trump has ordered the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. To make sure that all of their exhibits conform to Donald Trump's historical vision. So just to show you what he's doing, federalizing the Metropolitan Police Department, sending the National Guard and possibly other forces into D.C. He's made an order to, this is the Wall Street Journal reporting it, White House to vet Smithsonian Museum to fit Trump's historical vision. Top White House officials will scrutinize exhibitions, internal processes, collections, and artist grants ahead of America's 250th anniversary to ensure the museums align with Donald Trump's interpretation of American history. I mean, these headlines are ripped right out of Nazi Germany. I'm not going to mince words because that's what this absolutely looks like as Trump's ICE disappears humans, migrants, and citizens alike off the street and sends them to concentration camps here in the United States of Donald Trump fascism. Right here should be noted that the economic data that came out yesterday morning was atrocious. Core inflation year over year is now up 3.1%. Core inflation year over year. Inflation is steadily rising again right now. It's not even steadily. The inflation report came out hot. This as Donald Trump's disastrous tariffs against the world are now being passed on to consumers. You just look at gas utilities as well, up 13.8%. Electricity. I mean, you all know this, right? I mean, if you have gas utilities or electricity or have a used car or go to the grocery store, you know this thing. Don't let Trump gaslight you into thinking that he stopped inflation. Used cars up 4.8%, medical care up 4.3%, food away from home up 3.9%, shelter up 3.7%, transportation up 3.5%, treasury yields are up, making your borrowing costs for things like mortgages significantly higher. And, finally, I'm seeing Fortune magazine say what we've been saying here at the MeidasTouch network. Is MAGA going Marxist and Maoist? Trump's assault on free market capitalism. Fortune writes, Trump has seized control of private enterprises, strategic decision-making, and investment policies while invading corporate boardrooms. This is a far more dangerous to capitalism than city-run grocery stores. That's what they try to attack Mondami for. Mondami's like Zoran Mondami in New York. Free buses! And let's try to make groceries cheaper for everybody. And meanwhile, Donald Trump tells businesses where you can invest, like Apple, and if you want to get exemptions nominations, you have to hand Donald Trump gold bars on live TV the way Tim Cook humiliated himself doing. Who should be the CEO, Intel, where to send kickbacks, NVIDIA and AMD, who should be writing the in-house research, Goldman Sachs, right? Yesterday, the headline from the Wall Street Journal, Donald Trump demands Goldman Sachs or calls on Goldman Sachs to replace its economists over tariff stance. Banks' economists had predicted Trump's tariffs could cause inflation and slow economic growth. So Trump says that Goldman Sachs needs to fire its economists. Should also be noted, over 12% of credit card balances are 90 days delinquent, near the highest in 14 years. That right there is something a ticking time bomb. Student loans, many student loans are delinquent right now. That's a ticking time bomb right there. New data shows the deficit jumped 19% to $291 billion in July. This is despite the $21 billion collected from Americans due to higher import taxes, which have led to higher costs on goods like furniture, footwear, and auto parts. The deficit for 2025 is already $1.63 trillion, up 7% from the same period last year. So despite Doge added debt, Doge caused our government to spend more. There's more federal spending right now. The debt is surging. The deficit, thus, is surging as well. And it's higher than it was under Biden by far. This is with Donald Trump's trade war against the world as well. Going back to England for a second, I want to show you some more of the protest against J.D. Vance. Here was a stunt staged by a UK campaign group called Everyone Hates Elon and J.D. Vance. Play this clip. And here we see activists in the UK installing a poster in the Cotswold region to greet J.D. Vance as he takes yet another family vacation. Play this clip. By the way, on the topic of J.D. Vance family vacations, could you imagine if I said, former Vice President Kamala Harris made the Army Corps of Engineers raise the water levels of a river so she could have a better kayaking experience? What do you think would happen to former Vice President Kamala Harris? Impeachment, criminal indictments, you name it, yes. All of the above. That's just another day for J.D. Vance. He shut down Disneyland when he went to California, despite trashing California. Was vacationing here first, shut down Disneyland, and then ran like a weirdo and then claimed he was running like an ogre to impress his kids. He was doing the ogre run. Then he goes to Ohio and has the Army Corps of Engineers raise the river level. And this is a Donald Trump talking about 90,000 square foot ballrooms, marble in the Oval Office. Let them feast. Let them enjoy. Let the oligarchs play around while the people absolutely suffer. Let's talk about what's going on internationally as well. You have Vladimir Putin bragging publicly in Russia that he's coordinating his meeting with Donald Trump in Alaska with Kim Jong-un of North Korea. You have the BRICS bloc, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. They are working to further their alliance as Donald Trump is weakening America's alliances. We've got that going on. We've got Donald Trump making posts saying that he should get the Nobel Peace Prize. The White House goes, look at all of the people who have endorsed Donald Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. This is a real post from the White House. Benjamin Netanyahu, the government of Pakistan, the foreign minister of Rwanda, the dictator of Azerbaijan. They've all endorsed Donald Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, how pathetic. An American president begging dictators and begging Netanyahu for Nobel Peace Prizes. Are you freaking kidding me? While atrocities are happening in Gaza, Donald Trump is saying, Netanyahu wants me to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Seriously? How utterly ridiculous that is. Then you have the Homeland Security Department posting this. America needs you now. Join ICE now. Which way, American man? Which is based on William Galey Simpson's Western Man, a book by a white supremacist. from an American neo-Nazi organization called the National Alliance, where Simpson argues that Hitler was right and Jews should be killed. That's where the Trump meme or the Homeland Security meme comes from. Which way, Western man? I want to highlight this as well, though, because you've got people stepping up, and I want to showcase some people who are stepping up. The District Attorney of Philly, Larry Krasner, he's right on the mark right here. He knows exactly what to say. Here, play this clip.
So let's not get lost in his silly argument, his silly distraction from the fact that he doesn't want to give up information on his own involvement in a pedophile ring. Did we all forget about that? Let's not get away from that. And let's not get into his silly arguments. This country may have its lowest year of crime on record this year. At the same time, this man is claiming a public safety emergency. Donald Trump is the public safety emergency. It's him. And we all need to stand up to that, or we are going to lose our country.
Well said, District Attorney Krasner. And then you have California Governor Gavin Newsom saying that Taco Trump missed the deadline. California will now redraw its maps so Democrats take back the House. But the official message from Pyongyang, the Trump White House pink dress lady, Caroline Leavitt, the chief propagandist, is ignore the panicins. Trust Donald Trump. Ignore the panicins. Trust Donald Trump. I mean, how freaking weird are these freaking people? Here, play Caroline Leavitt.
Ignore the panicins and trust in President Trump. That is our motto here at the White House. The America First economic agenda is working.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers. Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.